I'm Spencer.
And I'm Steve.
And this is our Stranger Things Season 2 recap, episode number 6, The Spy, and we're doing it in 11 minutes, and time starts now.
All right, if there'd be a better way to open up this episode, it's with Hopper butt naked getting hosed down by dudes in hazmat suits.
Yeah, that's always something I wanted to see. I was looking forward to that all season.
It looks like he works out, though.
So here's the thing I loved in this episode, right? We just got done watching it. Steve and Dustin, like, this is going to be like a buddy romance, like a buddy cop movie.
It's
like,
a bromance.
Dude, I mean, they're just like, they go down to the basement. He's trying to get him to go down there. And then, of course, they realize that D'Artagnan has molted. He's gone. He gone. I mean, he's out of there, right?
And he's molted another time, right? They see another skin, which is even bigger than the last time.
What did you think about the skin hanging on the edge of the nail bat? Like, that kind of looked a little disgusting, right?
Kind of Texas Chainsaw Massacre style, but kind of cool, too. Hello, Clarice. Right. Another fava bean and a candy.
Right.
Yeah. So this is when I think Sean Austin, he goes and they're looking at the VHS tape that from Bob's camera, and Joyce Byers sees it. They pause it and they see that there's the shadow monster kind of in the background, right?
Yeah.
And then she grabs the picture that he drew first off, and she's like, "This is the same thing." And she kind of sees it in the outline of the. That was creepy.
Yeah, it was really weird. Like, and then they go in the lab, and like Joyce is in there, and she's like yelling, and she's like, tell me what's wrong with my kids, and he's having this now memories, and they're like questioning her, and she's like, something is wrong with my kid. Like, I had a moment where I was like, man, what would I do if one of my boys was going through that? Like, having this thing, like, I would be freaking out too. Like, I would be slamming my fists and like wanting to know what was going on. Wouldn't you?
Well, I just thought it was that her insurance premiums gave out. She's like, this is freaking Blue Cross Blue Shield. Cover us.
Right. Okay, so it's the morning after. Jonathan and Nancy Byers, they're having this breakfast, and like Murray's like a creep. He's just like, so how was that pullout? And they like look at each other, and it's like the double entendre was not hard to miss.
Oh my god!
And he's like, oh, it was fine. He's like, I bet it was. Giggity giggity. and then like they finish their like eggs and bacon, and he's like, okay, he's like, you got all you need, get out, never come back, and slams the door. What a creep. It's weird.
That was
boozed up and anyway.
Yeah, that was weird. So this is when I love this part though, when Dustin's calling for a code red, and finally gets a hold of Dustin, and he's got the buckets of raw meat, with Steve Harrington, and Luke's like, what is going on? He's like, get over here, bring your binoculars, I'll meet you in the old junkyard, which is where they had kind of a showdown last time. Yeah. So
right.
I think it's a little foreshadowing of good things to come, but this time it's kind of like Bad Ace style. It's like Steve's got the bat, they're like ready to go.
Yeah. And I like that, like, Hopper's kind of like getting into the mix in the Hawkins lab in this one. Like, he's going down in and like seeing all the vines, and he's seeing the, the rift and realizing what's going on. I mean, that's, it's important because he's going to play I think he's going to play a bigger role in like maybe what's going to happen in the next couple episodes, maybe. I mean, I don't know yet, but like maybe the upcoming seasons.
Right. So Hopper goes to Hawkins' lab. They go down. He gets in the hazmat suit like in the first episode or first season. Goes down and starts to talk to Dr. Owens about why they're burning it. And Owens says there's a complication. And what's interesting is the episode before, when they burned the vines, you saw, Will freaked out.
Will freaks out,
I mean, I got to say as well, Noah, is it Schnapp?
Yeah.
What an amazing actor. Like, this episode and last episode, like, freaking, he is amazing. For his age, wow. Anyway.
Right. So, like, what did you think, like, Bob? Like, Bob's kind of, like, now seen some stuff, and, like, he's just kind of, he's kind of in it, but, like, Bob seems like he's...
he's handling it relatively well, actually.
Yeah, he's adapting well. He's trying to, like, help things out. He's trying to understand what's going on with Will, but like he's also just trying to be there and be a support for Joyce. And like, I'm liking Bob, man. Bob's a cool dude.
Well, he's now finding out that there's like some bad stuff going on, and he's like not running for the hills, you know? Like He stayed with her first when he knew she was kind of a messed up single mom, but now he's like, oh, and there's some kind of alien crap going on, supernatural. I'm in it to win it.
Definitely in. Yeah. Oh, Steve? What did you think about the rats round and round playing while Billy's like pumping iron and smoking at the same time?
Dude, he is like a psychopath. I'm serious, man. A psychopath. Like, He like smokes nonstop, listens to, whatever. And I love the line. I got to say, I love the line. Like, where the H were you? Who are you talking to? And she goes, Mormons. Talkative ones. And she just walks by.
Talkative ones.
Love that line. Love it.
Deadpan.
Yep.
Now, what I think is really weird about this is like he's got some sort of like creepy thing, like making sure she's like not happy or not having friends or not talking to people. Like, it's weird. I don't know what's going on there yet, but I mean,
well, and he keeps referring to her as like not his sister. So I don't. But we haven't seen parents yet. So where the freak are the parents? Talking about
dude,
last episode.
This is Hawkins. There are no parents apparently, and they're just all over the place. So we jump back into the Hawkins lab, right? Will's talking about, like, hey, I'm seeing these now memories, and like Mike is like saying like, maybe he can be a spy, like maybe he can like not let him know what's going on, and like, kind of give us information on like what's going on in the Upside Down. Like, I mean, like that's like a cool sounding idea, right? I mean,
right. This is like where, this is when Dr. Owen starts to ask him like certain questions, and he's like, and they hurt me. Who? The soldiers. And it upset him. That's freaky. I don't know. It's a little possession type thing going on here.
Now, I want to ask you something.
Yeah.
If there's a spin-off show, Steve Harrington, Love Doctor, like giving advice to Dustin is like they're walking, like dropping all this chum meat. Was that not like an awesome scene? Like, didn't you not just love that the whole way through?
That's great. Like, it's awesome because you have these heavy scenes with Joyce Myers, but then you also have these really cool, comic relief, but also kind of heartwarming as well. Yeah. So he's talking about how like his hair and stuff. He's like, your hair's so cool. And what does he say? He says something about like the spray, right?
Yeah. He's like, I use the Farrah Fawcett spray. He's like,
oh, sorry.
Don't tell anyone or I'm gonna kill you. And he's like, Farrah Fawcett. He's like, I'm sorry, but I love that little moment where he's like, you feel that electricity, and he's like, you mean like covalent bonds and like ionic clouds? It's like no, it's like sexual electricity. And Dustin's like, sure. Like, just has like no clue like what's going on, right?
Yeah.
Dude,
now
I'm loving it.
Hopper's obviously been kind of stuck in the lab, not really able to leave. And you got to think, like, you kind of forget, but Eleven's still back at the cabin.
Yeah, we still haven't seen, like, no, she's with the mom, and she's like the little dark kind of like, sensory deprivation.
The blindfold, yeah. And but we have this really heartwarming kind of look into who Hopper is, that he's hard on the exterior, but he kind of breaks down, and he's leaving a message for her, and he's basically saying like, I'm so sorry for everything. And it's just, I don't know, I'm getting to love Hopper more and more as well. Just like he's definitely the paternal figure in this whole thing.
Right. Now, what did you think about this whole junkyard scene, right? Because you've got Dustin and Lucas, and they're like, I love, like, they're trying to talk about Max and what's going on. And then just like out of the nowhere, Steve's like, hey, a-holes, get to helping. We're going to lose the light in like 40 minutes. It's like, oh yeah, we're trying to trap this Demigorgon type thing, that Dustin's been growing in his hat.
When they're going back and forth, like, yeah, like, you give the Demigorgon, you had Dart. Well, you told her everything.
Right. You lied. Dude, I was laughing because that's totally how boys are going to be, right?
I just love like laying the trap, like I love montage scenes. The music's going, and they're kind of preparing for war, preparing for battle. It comes together pretty nicely when they got the sheet metal. They're in the bus, and they're waiting.
Right, and then they've got it all set up. They're all waiting, and then they realize, like Steve realizes, it's like, man, Steve once again, like, he's smart. He's smarter than we think. He realizes they're tired of Cow. He's like, maybe they want something different. And so he just takes his bat and like he goes out there alone. How freaky is that? I'm like, heck no, I'm not going out there.
Well, right, and to back up a little bit, I'm sorry I kind of missed this, but like there is a kind of a cool scene when again, so we have the bad advice from the Love Doctor. He's like, just ignore him, just pretend like he's not even there. So Dustin does that, and then Max goes off with Lucas. I'm like, dang it.
Right.
I was rooting for Dustin.
So when Steve goes out there though, and you realize there's another Demigorgon coming from the side, my heart was in my chest. And then you see another one. I'm like, holy crap.
That's right.
How many of these things are there?
It's the Jurassic Park thing all over again. Clever girl.
Right, exactly.
But anyway,
now,
but right as he starts to take a few down, suddenly something happens, and there's a call, and they all run. They disappear.
Yeah,
they run away.
They just go. right? Because what's going on is you got all the soldiers, stay frosty boys. They're going down into the tunnels and they're getting ready. And like all of a sudden, like you see like on the little radar, like there's all these signals like, yeah, fog's coming in. Dude, freaking Will Byers was used. It was a trap. He freaking like set up all these soldiers so they could be killed, and all these demigorgon
like
things,
dogs or something. They're like
they just like they like rip into
hellhounds.
these guys like, and you don't see them. They're just like going down one by one. Dude, that's freaky. And that means that everything from like the lab all the way out to like wherever out in Hawkins are all interconnected by the tunnels. So like they're going to be able to get wherever they need to go in the entire city.
That's right. And the last line that Will says, "You should go now. They're almost here." I was like,
dude, totally freaky. I don't know what's going to happen. Like the action's really picking up.
Edge of my seat.
You know what? Dude, like let's go watch the next one.
Let's get back to it.
We're out of time.